Okay, welcome back to the Dublin Academy of Maths. Now, okay, these are the questions here, right? Find the image of the following points and prove that whether each of the points have real roots. Now, I'll get back to this. Okay, so this is Series 7, Episode 3, and it's the line. Now, the last day, there was an error here. Now, it said it was plus a half. Okay, so you can see that I put this in the form of y is equal to mx plus c. C is the y-intercept, that means where it cuts the y-axis. So this means that the slope of this is minus a half. Okay, just to recap, that there's a slight error there. But the whole thing is that you get the idea what's happening with slopes. And remember, practice means questions. Alright, and questions means doing lots of questions, you build up a no fear. Okay? Because all these questions have solutions or can be solved. Okay, so now today we're going to do with translations of points, okay, in the x and y axis. Okay, so I'll just put out a sum here. So L is a line 2x plus y minus 4 is equal to 0, and it says verify that the point C1, 2 is on the line L. Okay, now to prove that this line here has a point, this point C, we have to substitute. Okay, so this is the same thing as again with roots. It's like solving roots for a cubic equation. So we see if C is the roots, so we substitute the roots into the equation, and if the answer is equal to 0, it's a root. Therefore, okay, so we're going to put in 2 times. So we got x1 here, and we got y1. Alright, so we can put it into the equation L 2 times 1 plus 2 minus 4. Is it equal to 0? Yes. Therefore, this implies C is on the line 2x plus y minus 4. Okay, so that's how you prove solutions. As you know, you put the solutions into a cubic equation the same way. You get the factors, put the solutions in. In this case, there's no factors. Okay, it's just a line. Next question would say, now draw the line. Say for example you were saying draw this line. Draw the line L. Now you know that L is somewhere here, but we have to find the points of intersection. Okay? Now when L cuts the y-axis at this point, what's equal to 0? X. And when it cuts the x-axis, what's equal to 0? Y. Because you're reading, okay? Reading from the origin 0, 0, you should know this, okay? So in other words, I'm going to find where this line cuts the x and y axis, and therefore I can draw it. Okay, so when it cuts the x-axis, what's equal to 0? Y is equal to 0. Remember that. When it cuts the y-axis, what's equal to 0? X is equal to 0. So let's find out what... so L is 2x plus y minus 4 is equal to 0. So let's solve it. Or let's find out where it cuts the x-axis. So when it cuts the x-axis, y is equal to 0. So you got 2 times x plus 0 is equal to 4. I brought over the minus 4. X is equal to 4 divided by 2, which is equal to 2. Okay, x is equal to 2. So that's the point 2, 0. So I found one set of points. And I do the same for when when it cuts the y-axis. When it cuts the y-axis, x is equal to 0. Okay, so 2 times 0 plus y is equal to 4. Y is equal to 4. That's the point 0, 4. Okay? X comes first and y comes second. So now we could draw up these, we could find these 2 points and we can just put a line through the 2 of them. And that is your line. Okay, that's the line L. Okay, and that's it drawn. And that's how you would find the slopes, that's how you would find the points of intersection of a line. Okay, so that's how you can, so that's more information you can gather, so you can put out there 0, 4 and keep bringing them down. That's your answers to that one, okay? Because these solutions are all in steps. You use your solutions from previous. Now it says find the axial symmetry of points in the x and y axis. Okay, what's axial symmetry? Axial symmetry, it says through the x-axis, x or y-axis. Okay, axis, axi will be axi plural, I think. Anyway, so if I wanted to find a point, say for any point, say I'm going to draw a point here now. There are formulas. So S of x means what's the image of the point through the x-axis? AB, the point. Well, we would reverse them, one of them, and the answer would be A minus B. And I'm going to give you an example. So for example, I have 3, 1 here. And I want to plot that down through the x-axis. And out again the same distance. That's all it is, okay? Now looking at this formula, I know that if I go through the x-axis, I can just becomes the minus the b part. And the b part is 1, so it becomes 3 minus 1. Okay? Now you can learn off all of these equations. There's 2 others, okay? S of y, but I'm going to show you how to do it normally. When 3, 1 goes to 3, 0. Now what is 3, 0? It's on that and it goes out the other side. What happens to the x value? X value doesn't change. What happens to the y value? The y value goes down by 1. Okay, see, 1 to 0. Okay, so 0 goes down by 1, x value doesn't change and becomes 3 minus 1. And that's the point 3 minus 1. Okay, now I'm going to show you, I'll keep doing a few examples. So we've got S of x of that one, S of y of AB. So you're going through the y-axis, gives you is equal to minus a b. Okay, so there you're if you want to learn them off, you can learn them off. The point AB, if you were to go through the origin AB, the answer would be minus the coordinates. Okay, so let's look at another set. 3, 1. Let's go with the 3, 1 again. So we've got 3, 1. Let's try 3, 1 through y. Okay, so 3, 1 through y. Now this is only, you can learn this, but you can just if you do it this way, you won't have any other problems with other parts of it. Okay, so it goes through the y-axis. What happens to it? Because it's going along here, y doesn't change. Okay, the only thing that changes is it goes to here, it goes to 0. Okay, for the x, and the y doesn't change. 0, 1. Okay, and out again. Okay, out again. So what happens to the x? It goes from 3 to 0, so x goes down 3. And what happens to the y? Y doesn't change. So that's my new set of couples. I have to do this. X goes down 3, so it's minus 3. Okay, remember, down 3 and 1 doesn't change, and that's the answer to that one. Okay, and you can see it here. AB changes to minus a, and the b is left on its own. 1, not unchanged. Okay. In the origin, it's the same again. So if I wanted to pass 3, 1 through to the origin, I do the same thing again, but I can follow this formula here. So the origin was said, my answer here would be minus 3 minus 1. Now don't forget, if you've got a minus as a coordinate, it's minus the minus a. Okay, so remember that. If you've got minus 1, 2 for example, it'd be minus minus 1. So it's minus minus is 1 would be your translation. Okay, so remember that. But anyway, I'm showing you how to do. So 3, 1 goes to 0, 0 out the other side. So what happens, and out the other side? Okay, so what happens to the 3? The x goes to 0, so it goes down 3. What happens to the y? It goes down 1. So therefore it's minus 3 and down 1 minus 1. Okay, as I said, there's the answer there. If you want to learn the formulas, there's the formulas. But it's just getting the habit of showing you how to. If you're stuck, you can always draw them out. Okay, always draw out the function or draw anything you can. So visualization is at 100% here. Okay. Now remember that you're going the same distance. So if you're going from 3, 1 as I did the last time and you're out to 3 minus 1, you know that length of that is equal to the length of that. Remember that. Okay, you'll need that for the future. Now regarding the questions here, I'm going to bring them across. The questions aren't too difficult, they're just boringly long, that's all. You just take your time. So the questions, back up to the questions. I don't see any problems here. Find the image of the following points. Okay, so you're going to go 1, 2 through the x-axis of A. Okay, so you're going to pass 1, 2 through the x-axis, and there's your formula way over there. And you can just solve these by using the formula or by using the graphing the points. Now prove whether the following points are real roots. In other words, 21, 2, 5 is on the line 5x minus 2y plus 20 is equal to 0. 2 in for x, 5 in for y. If they all equal to 0, bingo, it's on the line. Okay, and this one is equal to minus 1, just trying to throw you off here, no problems. If they add up to equal to minus 1, then they're all equal to the line, or you can bring minus 1 across and make it equal to 0, and if it all equals to 0, that's fine. You just get to play with them, you know, you can do this. And this is another line, y is equal to x minus y, 5. That can be changed as y minus x plus 5, or in this case minus x plus y plus 5 is equal to 0. You know, but you don't have to do all that. You can just slot them in, put them in, and see if they add up, if they sum up to be equal to each other. Okay. So that's everything here. S of O is in the origin. S of Y is in the y-axis. So pass that through to the y-axis out the other side. Okay. Now this is the notation. This is how they express it. Okay. Remember now, no fear. Thank you very much. Do those questions.